iPhone 15 Pro Max is here, and S23 Ultra is already the best Android smartphone in the market. There are some key updates you need to look at before going for either of these devices. The most noticeable thing you could see better on iPhone 15 Pro Max and S23 Ultra will be the battery life. Apple slightly increased the battery size on iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is 4,422 mAh compared to 5,000 mAh on S23 Ultra. Although S23 Ultra got a bigger battery, still, iPhone 15 Pro Max lasted much longer than the S23 Ultra. Upon testing against iPhone 14 Pro Max, still S23 Ultra didn't catch it up, and iPhone 15 Pro Max will last even longer than the 14 Pro Max, and the screen on time on iPhone 15 Pro Max will be around 12 hours on a lighter use compared to only 10 hours on S23 Ultra. Depends on how you use your phone, all because of a new power efficient processor. The charging speed is opposite. Despite getting a USB Type-C on iPhone 15 Pro Max, still we get the last year charging numbers, and S23 Ultra charges much faster than 15 Pro Max with a 45-watt fast charger compared to only 27-watt from last year. If you want the best battery numbers on a phone, 15 Pro Max will be a good choice. The displays all depends on your personal choice. iPhone 15 Pro Max comes with much slimmer bezels, even slimmer than the 14 Pro Max at 1.55mm with a flat display. But if you like curved display, you only got one option, S23 Ultra. Also, Apple didn't change the peak brightness numbers on iPhone 15 Pro Max. You get the same 2000 nits of peak brightness, although S23 Ultra came with 1750 nits of peak brightness. For cameras, I would say S23 Ultra is miles ahead if we talk about the camera numbers, as we get the 200 megapixel main shooter, which brings a lot of details. But interestingly, iPhone 15 Pro Max came with the same 48 megapixel main shooter just like last year, but we got a new periscope lens on iPhone 15 Pro Max. A 12 megapixel 5x telephoto sensor, which brings multiple zoom length to choose from, whereas S23 Ultra came with 2 telephoto sensor, 10 megapixel 3x telephoto sensor and 10 megapixel 10x telephoto sensor. Apple got in between these two sensors. Also, with the new 200 megapixel camera on S23 Ultra, you can zoom up to 100x. And you got an additional option of 8K video recording at 30 frames per second, which I am sure most of the people don't even use. An additional feature on iPhone 15 Pro Max, which brings 4K 60 frames per second with ProRes. So for cameras, I would go for both devices. The performance is something iPhone 15 Pro Max is really good. We got a new A17 Pro, which brings ray tracing in GPU, and it is 10% faster than the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it is a 3nm processor, which brings power efficiency numbers compared to 4nm on S23 Ultra. S23 Ultra performance is not bad by any means. If you use your phone on a daily basis, you don't even notice, but when it comes to gaming and rendering tasks, there is no match between S23 Ultra and iPhone 15 Pro Max. Also, this time we got 8GB of RAM on iPhone 15 Pro Max, same as the base model of S23 Ultra. The price on both devices is same. We got $1199 on iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is $100 more than the last year, but equal to S23 Ultra. Both devices shares the same 256GB version as a base model. If you guys want to see how iPhone 15 Pro Max performs against the 14 Pro Max, then you should watch this video, and I hope you guys are subscribed. I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.